Thank you very much, Chair. And it's been so refreshing to hear the emphasis from both of you on the social determinants of health. As a public health practitioner for so many years, obviously, this is vital, and you've brought it to the fore. And both of you have dug so much deeper within what were originally considered the social determinants of health to dig into the data to certainly analyze much further. Obviously, Dr. Siddiqui, with your emphasis on racialized problems in that community in terms of susceptibility and so on. But my first question is to Dr. McKenzie. Great to see you again, if only virtually. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about the basic income pilot in Ontario. I note that the Wellesley Institute on May 6th did conduct a survey with a number of stakeholders to look at vulnerable people in particular. And one of the most common responses to that survey was in terms of the recovery from COVID-19, potentially the need for a universal basic income. So could you, for the benefit of the committee, tell us a little bit more about your role on the basic income pilot in Ontario that, of course, was terminated after only 1 year, and if there were some learnings in that 1 year time period that were collated and that we could think about going forward.
So I was lucky to be part of the Basic Income Pilot project as the Research and Evaluation Advisory Group Chair. And so I advised directly the running of the Basic Income Pilot and the link between the Basic Income Pilot and the third-party evaluators who were a consortium of academics. And so in some ways, as you probably remember, I was a translator between the academic language and the bureaucratic language in order to make it work. The fact that the basic income had two different bits. It had a randomized controlled trial in two areas, Hamilton and also in Thunder Bay, which is in the north of Ontario, where people were randomized either to the basic income or not the basic income. And then it had a saturation study in a different place, Lindsay, 22,000 people in a predominantly farming area, to see whether there would be a change in the economy in that area if all low-income people were offered the basic income. And the big effort, and the basic income there was essentially, based on the amount of money you got, it was a tax rebate, which worked very well. So loads of things we learned. One, you can do it. Two, people love it. They find it a much more dignified way of getting their social assistance. Three, entrepreneurs and take risks and build businesses if they have backing and they know that they've got at least a basic income. Four, people change their lives and go back to college and they get into better housing and give themselves a fundamental chance in order to move forward if they have a basic income. And people move themselves out of poverty if they have a basic income. It was a travesty in my mind that it was stopped. You can't start a research project, say to people that they've got 3 years in order to revolutionize their lives and then take the money away. It's bad for their health. It's bad, obviously, for the country not to have that information. It made us look bad on the world stage because people all over the world were looking for these results. And but when there have been follow-ups of some of those people, in Hamilton there was a follow-up, people who even got 1 year of basic income did better than people who haven't. And so people, I think about time that, there are rights and responsibilities from being a citizen, and maybe there has to be a deal with the citizens that they've got rights, and those rights are for a basic level of income, which is befitting a high income country.
Thank you.